In this video, we're going to be looking at a particular type of motor learning called PETTLEP. So, PETTLEP is an acronym and it consists of the key elements that should be included into motor imagery for effective imagery use. So, with the idea being that if imagery is kept as close as possible to real life experience, it will have an optimum impact on motor learning. So we start with physical. So P is for physical. So this involves engaging in imagery that closely matches the body's movements and physical sensations during the actual task. So this could mean sitting in an on-horse position. So perhaps you could sit on a football or a saddle chair, and potentially incorporating clothing or equipment associated with the skill. So that might be sitting in your joppers or perhaps holding a pair of reins. So the next we have environment. So this involves incorporating into the imagery the setting in which the task or performance will take place. So if you're using, for example, imagery for competition prep, then you want to include details of the venue. So if it's a venue you haven't been before, then you can seek out pictures or videos that you can draw on for your imagery. Next is task. So focusing on identifying particular elements of the task to use in the imagery. So just making sure that you have a clear intention for your imagery use. And then the second T is for timing. So this is synchronizing the imagery with the actual time scale of the activity. So for example, if you're practicing a dressage test, don't just whiz through the entire test really quickly, break it up to chunks and imagine riding the movement in real time. The L is for learning, so imagery should incorporate elements of progress, reflecting improvements in skill. So as your ability moves forward, then so should your imagery. And then the E is for emotion. So incorporating emotional states that might be experienced during the performance. So if you're using imagery to prepare for competition, that might involve reframing your nerves as excitement and helping you view the increase in arousal as facilitative to performance. Or if you're using imagery to, for example, build confidence in a particular situation, it might include using relaxation breathing to help associate that particular situation with a calmer state. And finally, perspective. So perspective refers to the viewpoint from which the imagery is experienced. So imagery can be from a first person perspective, so that's looking out through your own eyes, or from a third person perspective, like watching yourself on a television screen. Now, neither of those is right and wrong. It really comes down to personal preference and what you find works best for you.